Hello, my name is Bill Stanford. I'm speaking with you tonight from a lab at the University of Georgia. Tonight we're going to be working our way through a document analysis. This is part of a qualitative research course that I am currently enrolled in. And we'll be looking at documents and artifacts related to the act of religious parenting. What I mean by that is we'll be looking at documents and artifacts related to the parent-child relationship with regards to the religious socialization of children. Before I begin, I'd like to say just a couple words about my own positionality. I think this is really important in religious studies especially, that we understand where we're coming from. Religion is a notoriously heated topic and has been the cause of innumerable conflict throughout human history. And so I think that part of the solution to that is, as researchers, the way that we avoid some of that conflict is by recognizing that it's there, recognizing our own place within it, and then from that place of respecting our own commitments, also respecting the commitments of others, and respecting that they hold their positions as strongly and as with as much value as we hold our own positions. Even not having a religion is itself a position on the whole idea of religiosity, and one that needs to be recognized at the beginning. For myself, I am a member of a religious community. I'm a Christian within Christianity. I'm a part of what's called Anglicanism, or the Anglican Communion, or the Church of England. It's a particular religious tradition that finds itself, if you're unfamiliar, somewhere between Protestantism and Roman Catholicism. Also a religiously educated person. I went to a religious college and afterwards to a religious seminary, which is a place where ministers are trained within some Christian traditions. I'm also a father, and so this conversation of parenting is particularly important to me as a father. And then finally, I'm a family therapist, and as a family therapist, then I'm concerned about the parent-child dynamic, about family systems, and that sort of thing. So without further ado, we'll dive into our artifacts and begin to look at them. And what we'll do is we'll progress from artifacts that are primarily about children or primarily children's artifacts, and we'll move up from them chronologically, then looking at artifacts that have more to do with the parent and the child relationship, and then all the way up to our adolescent artifacts are actually documents related that are primarily consumed by the parent, and then influence the parent-child relationship in that direction. The first artifact, though, that I would like to think about is the artifact of baptism, the baptismal font, if you will. Earlier today, I went to a chapel and I interacted with a baptismal font. There were people praying in the chapel, and it wasn't a setting that would have been appropriate for taking a picture. So I don't have one to present to you. However, I do have a couple things that sort of focus our conversation. First, if you've never seen a baptismal font, or you don't know what baptism is a process of initiation within Christianity. No matter where you are within Christianity, there are two things that will be agreed upon as acts that normatively have to happen. And those are baptism and then the Eucharist or communion, which we'll also be talking about in a minute. But just in case you've never seen one, I brought a picture of a baptism. This is a baptism at an Anglican church. It's done in the Eastern Orthodox style. I just think it's a great picture. And so I'm just going to show it to you briefly. The picture is not actually what the document analysis is on. The document analysis will be on the water, but I wanted you to have a picture just in case you hadn't seen one before. But really what I'd like to focus on in this document analysis is the water itself. Unique to baptism, amongst the sort of the things we might call the sacraments, is there's not a lot of debate about what happens to the water. It just stays water. But there's something about water that is inherently almost religious.